Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, and I didn't restart my computer, so if someone could say hello, that would be great. So I can see if I have comments. Hopefully you guys can hear me. This is another episode of Stash Buster Thursday, and I have a free pattern. I put a kit together today. You will see it on Saturday unless we sell out today. Hi, Louise. I have some pattern ideas for the trunk show that's here. I'll have more on Saturday. Hi, Doreen. And then I'm going to tell you what happened with my sweater. So, hi, Donna. Good to see everyone. Hopefully I can... Oh, good. Thanks, Peggy. Good morning. Yes, Peggy, we won't charge you shipping on the next one. So, hi, Louise. Hi, Jean. Hi, Priscilla. It is a gorgeous day in Massachusetts. Good for you. I'm hoping it'll be a gorgeous day here. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Marilyn. Tell Gary happy birthday. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Yes, good morning. Good morning. I had, well, I'll get to it. I had a revelation on a pattern that you guys know I've made more times than I can even count. So, hi, Sue. Good to see you. And I'm feeling a little festive today in my attire because I read somewhere, now I don't know if it was last Friday or this Friday, but as of tomorrow, there's only 7 Fridays till Christmas. Yes, just thought I'd tell you that. Bearer of bad news. Hi, Marcia. You might think that's a good thing. I don't know. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Carol. So yes, I was kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess I have to get with it. Like I, sent out Thanksgiving invites and stuff like that. So, yeah, so, and our anniversary's coming up. It will be the first week in November. We'll be 21. Can you believe that? 21? I don't think I've done anything for 21 years besides go to school and breathe. So, yeah. That's amazing. We're very excited, and so that is all we can do is thank you guys for keeping us in business for 21 years. So that is fantastic. So news update. You guys saw the key sweater, I think, last week. Well, I had a ton of people say they're interested in making that one. So before I show you a kit for it, I have to finish the sleeves. I have the body done on mine. I have to do the sleeves to see how much yarn you really use. And I think she's pretty right on, but we'll find out. And I did order more yarn in colors that people had requested. So we're waiting for that to come in. So. Hi, Rose. Good morning. Hopefully it won't have to be a Saturday, but it might be a Saturday kit. So, hi, Shar. So next Saturday, watch us. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Yes, it does. Hi, Deb. So that's my scoop. Let's see. What else do I have for announcements? Next week, the Stash Buster will be on Friday. Yes, there will be a Black Friday Afghan this year, but stay tuned. Watch your email. If you don't subscribe to our emails, if you're not getting our emails, call us, message us, whatever it is with your email. Sometimes when you sign up, it doesn't necessarily click accepts email marketing. But our whole schedule next month is going to be crazy. Like 5th Saturday will really be 4th Saturday, and Black Friday we're going to call Plaid Friday because we are moving it up like 2 weeks and all that kind of stuff, because Lorena and I will be on the Danube River that weekend after Thanksgiving. So the store will be open. Mary Ellen and Marilyn are going to hold down the fort. Emma will be here the next week. So yes, they're all going to hold down the fort. We will be open, but we're going to mix up the schedule. So make sure you watch our emails. And I'll be saying more about that. You'll see posts on Facebook, all that good stuff. We have 2 blanket kits actually that we're looking at. And so that will be fun. We always seem to do a blanket kit for Black Friday. So I think it's kind of fun. And we picked a really pretty one. And then there's a little one too. So, hi Donna, good to see you. There is a baby blanket and a regular blanket. So I think you guys, all kinds of price options. So, and we made all of them washable. So I always think a blanket needs to be washable. So, all right. Let me get started. Hi, Marilyn. Good to see you. We have lots of people on this morning. It must be freezing cold, and that's why everybody is here. We did add some classes to our website, too. So, watch that. We have a Cygnus cowl, and we have, in the Cygnus cowl is this. So if you are looking to learn color work, this one is great because it's done in a tube, so you don't see any of your ends or any of your mistakes. We're also doing a hexie cardigan with jewel spun for those crocheters out there, or people who want to get better at granny squares or want to make a sweater with their crochet skills. So those are on the website right now, so take advantage of those. We try to keep our class size small, so make sure you sign up soon, and we'll go from there. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Shar. Good to see you guys. Okay, I found this great pattern. And, okay, the pattern is not 4250, but the kit is. They are these neon pumpkin and skull baskets. Aren't they the cutest little things? They are knit. They are 3.5 inches high by 18 inches around. And they use Uptown worsted. And that is one of our best-selling yarns in the washable lines. And so I put together, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. I slightly veered from their colorway, but I liked my colors better. You're going to use a size 6 and yeah, just little charts. You can do skulls, you can do pumpkins. They have both of them, the pumpkin basket, the skull basket, you know, all that good stuff. And hi, Deanne. Hi, Char. So it's really fun. We'll include the pattern with your kit. The kits are $42.50 because you're getting 5 skeins of Uptown worsted. So you can do anything you want with these. Very, very fun. They used black as the background. They used orange, obviously, for the pumpkins, green for the stems. They used 2 different kinds of greens. I just gave you 1 green because I didn't think you needed 17 greens. And they used they used bright salmon, but I liked the neon pink. I thought it went really well with this. They used the pink in the skull one here. So I think they're really cute. The kit is $42.50. I only have 4 of them. So I think they'll go fast. It's washable, dryable yarn. And then they suggest using a little bit of, let me find it, take some plastic needlepoint canvas and just cut it and then just put it in like right here at the bottom, and then they stand up really well. Now, sometimes we put like particle board in the bottom or, cardboard in the bottom to make them stand up, but I think that would make them stand up even better. So these will be on Saturdays Live unless you guys buy them today. I think they're fun. They would be perfect for anything you want to make. So just kind of a fun idea. So it is a knit project. So, okay. All right, I'm going to go back here. We did get the O-Snap bags in. I'm going to walk around over here. We got the O-Snap bags in. We have green, we have pink, we have ocean. Ocean is going very fast. The extra large ones, which fit 2 balls of Noro in the bottom and the rest of your project, those are $29. The large, which is the size we had last time that had the little logo on it, those are $21, and I have those in green and blue and pink. There's no logos on them. They're just plain, but these are great for working with your knitting and all that kind of stuff. So they're especially great with color work projects. So hang on, let me walk around here. Okay, we do have, and I messed up the fingering weight basket already this morning, so that's a mess, but we do have fingering weight from Lavender Lune. It is her superwash merino linen blend. It's 400 yards. It's a single ply fingering. I'm gonna try something tonight, this afternoon. If it works, you will see it as a kit on Saturday. Okay. We also have her DK weight. We told her we were a sweater store, and she sent us DK weight. This is her 80% non-superwash merino, 20% nylon, but there's 231 yards, and that's fun. Lots of colors for that. And then I'm going to show you some pattern ideas for her DK Rambo yarn, which is non-superwash American merino and Rambo lay mix. 260 yards. It's a DK weight. It's very pretty. And I have, as you can see below, this is how many I have of each color. Most of them I have 6, except for this Night Flight, which I have 4 of. And then Antler, I have 3. I said +1 because one really significantly looks like it's from a different batch. Okay. So the fingerings are 34. The DK Rambo, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is 32. And the DK Linen, which is this one, it has, I love when they put linen in it because it just gives it a fun halo effect. And that is $30. So, okay. I'm going to tell you the patterns first, and then I'll show you the yarn colors, and let us know if you want any of these, and we'll pull them off and send you an invoice. So I found 3 different patterns, and I think all of them are pay for. No, Empower Lace is not. The Perfectionist Trap, I believe, is a pay-for pattern. I meant to put a price on it. This one was one I had in my library. I think it's really pretty. It's very large. And it is 2 skeins. Okay, obviously you could make it shorter and make it not as many skeins. It is a triangle shawl, so it starts small, goes big. It's like an Andrea Mowry everyday DK cowly thing. But this one was from Casey Hurley. Okay, I'm not even going to do that. Casey. It's the Perfectionist Trap. The reason I'm showing you the ones I am is because I love the drape of this yarn. I love the feel of this yarn. It's a lovely yarn. Now, I'm going to show you this one. It's called Empower Lace. This one I believe was free. It is from Rami Hill, and it is a triangle shawl, but look at how pretty it is. Now, I'm going to tell you, the skeins are slightly smaller, that I'm going to show you here, than what she wants, okay? She wanted, oh wait, maybe not. Maybe I read it wrong. She wanted 280. These skeins are 260, okay? I think if you made that ribbing at the bottom a little bit smaller, you would be fine with 1 skein. But I'm not going to tell you. You could do 1 to 2 skeins, okay? Maybe you leave out a repeat or something like that. It looks pretty big. Let me see if she gives me the size. Size. Oh, medium. Huh, great, thanks. Oh, here she does. It's 32.5 along the bottom edge. It's 36 inches along that dotted line and 23 inches tall. So personally, I would just skip one of, she does She does her chart A 1 time, chart B 6 times. So maybe you only do it 5 times and you'd be fine. So with 1 skein, if you want to do that. And I did find this one. It is a pay for. I didn't have a chance to see if I could buy it. It is $5. It's Every Which Way Cowl. You would pick 2 contrasting colors. I love these. And 2 skeins is going to give you more than enough. I love these kind of patterns because it is stranded, but it's only like 1 stitch. So these are super easy patterns. And the coordinating color, you only need 100 yards. So you could legitimately make, if you bought 2 main colors and a, let me see, hang on. I just read that comment and now I lost it. Okay. So she wants main color is $250. You have $260. Coordinating color is $100. So if you were to buy, say, these 3 colors, you would have enough to make 2 cowls. Okay. Just saying. Because you'd take this one and put it in both of these. That's how I'm thinking. Okay. All right. I'm always looking for a deal for you guys. What colors does it come in? It comes in Foxy, and this is a gorgeous rusty color, which is actually what the sweater is made out of. We have Night Flight, which is a perfect navy. Night Flight I only have 4 of. The rest of them, most of them I have 6. Princess K, which is the other color in this sweater. So she put it with the rust, and look at how different it looks there. Very pretty. Bellatrix is this kind of a rusty taupey color. I have Saga, which is like a French blue. I have Ritual, which is a fun, it's an oddball taupey color. I don't know what, I'm not a big taupey kind of person, so I don't know what all the words are. This is Antler is a true, like, light tan antler. I have Blackbird, which is a fun kind of blackish color. These are all hand-dyed, okay? And then Flea Market. They're hand-dyed in Minnesota by a wonderful woman named Sam. And she was on our Iceland trip. And she was knitting with this yarn on our trip, and it was gorgeous. And so I thought these colors were really pretty, and they're perfect backdrops. Now, you could use maybe like a Marla or something like that. You could use a Marla with the Every Which Way cowl. Maybe Saturday I'll pair some of those up. But that would give you a little spark because these are all very neutrally kind of colors. But I love this Flea Market. It's gorgeous. I love all of the colors. I like this one, the Saga. Very pretty. These are $32 a piece. And right now I have most of them. I have 6 of. Okay, so there's enough to make a sweater because there's 260 yards. So, I think they're gorgeous. So, that was my scoop. But I thought I'd give you guys accessories because there's only 7 Fridays left till Christmas. So we might need some accessories to give as gifts and things like that. But this is a lovely, lovely yarn, and I wanted to show you guys this. Okay. Oh, I better get on to my next project. Okay, I finished my latest, greatest fancy sweater. Yes, I did. And it was using a Madeline Tosh one of a kind. Okay, it really looks like Boom Baby Boom. So if you have some of that in your stash, this is kind of how it knits up. I added it with a white mohair. I am using the Fancy pattern from Lamb & Kid. You guys know that is my default. Okay, I've made this sweater probably 10 times. And I have these little notes, okay? So this one is like when you're using a true worsted weight. This was my notepad, and you can see how I've used it so many times. I've had to start using colors and circles and all that kind of stuff. And this is for my sleeves. Okay, the rest of it I don't need, but my sleeves. Now, I had two things that happened. Now, this one is, see, I even wrote a note, fingering and mohair fancy sleeve. Wow, isn't that cool? It was 13 inches for the underarm. This one is 2. I did 81 rows. That included the ribbing. And you can see where I have my decreases and all that good stuff. And that was, I worked with that one. Okay, and I made a new one, a clean one. Wasn't that fun? Well, I got to like row 70, and I still had 2 more decreases, and it was past the ribbing. Okay, I was like, oh dear. So I decided my cuff needed to be divisible by 4. Because it's a knit 3, purl 1 kind of rib. It's hard to see here, but that's what it is. So I was supposed to go down to 36. I went to 40. All right. I am going to tell you one of my cuffs is 36 because I didn't have 40. I must have done 1 extra repeat. Not sure what happened, but it's the same width as the other side. I have no idea what happened. Maybe I didn't pick up as many stitches. I don't know. It's a fancy sweater. Nobody's going to know. It's going to be on my body. Now, if this was for a competition or something like that, then that would be an issue. Okay. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you, so I had to kind of regroup and take out 2 of my decreases, start my ribbing. I had all these rows I didn't do. I did write down what size needle I used for my body and my ribbing. I believe that was what I used for this one, but maybe it was an 8. I don't know because I didn't write down the needle size. So I'm getting smarter with my notes. So what I do is I put these in the sleeve with the fancy pattern, and then I have my notes. Some of my fancy patterns, this one doesn't have all the goop. It doesn't have all the innards to the pattern. Are written all over the pattern. I found using these little pieces of paper was much easier. And then I always have my stitch counter with me so I know what row I'm on and all that good stuff. Okay, so if you were here Tuesday at knitting, which most of you weren't, I had done the body. And see how it's kind of dark up here because that's where it started. And then you have more and more stitches. And then for whatever reason, and this might be why this was a one-of-a-kind skein, from Madeline Tosh, it got a lot lighter at the bottom. Well, I had a second skein to do my sleeves, and I went from the middle of the ball. Look at how dark the middle of the ball was. And I started working here. This is my first row. I didn't rip out the first one. I could have. But the whole thing was that dark. And I got to about here. And I laid it out on the table and I said, yeah, it is a fancy sweater. But would I ever like to wear it? Yes, I would like to wear it. So I ripped out. I did keep that 1 row. It's fine because there's little bits of rows like that here and there in this sweater. So it's not a big deal. I pointed it out to you, so you'll now know, but nobody else will because it looks, there we go. Are we still here? I guess so. Because we do have like a row here. We have a row over here that's like that, one over here. So I think it's okay. But what was happening is the outside of the ball was very light. The inside of the ball was super dark. So I ripped it out. I did. I ripped it out. Hi, Jackie. Because it was just too dark for this. Even just putting it there, it looks too dark. But I was just going on my happy, merry way, and I thought, well, I'll have 2 dark sleeves. Well, it looked stupid. So I ripped it out. You can do that. You know, it's your knitting. That's why it's so much fun to knit our own things. Because if you don't like them, start over. Do it again. You can tell I just finished knitting this because I still have all my markers in here. I am going to redo the bottom because I forgot. This is the length that I wanted, but I forgot. I was watching a really good movie and I forgot to start to rib, and so it rolls instead of kind of ribbing. So I am going to take this back. Again, if you're using anything with mohair, it could be fingering, it could be worsted, it could be DK, whatever, don't cast off with the mohair, okay? Because the mohair does not have any give whatsoever. So it will be super tight rather than super squishy. And it'll just feel uncomfortable at the bottom. That's your cast off. So make sure you just drop the mohair and cast off with the fingering. No one's going to notice unless they get up this close to it. And if they do, they really, really need a life. Okay, so I might have some kits for these on Saturday for the fancy sweaters with the fingering and the mohair. We have lots of mohair in stock. We have lots of fingering. So I just love this pattern. It's super easy. If you want a boring knit, it's great. It's top down and all that good stuff. So, and the skeins that I give to you in your kit will be regular skeins. They will not be one-of-a-kinds. And I think that's just why. The one-of-a-kinds don't make it through quality control. They're still beautiful yarns, but they just don't make it through quality control because part of the skein was super light and part of the skein was super dark. So, and on the first skein, it wasn't as dark for as long. So that is why it didn't make it through quality control. So I think it's a pretty sweater, and I think it is pretty yarn, and you can kind of see the mohair with it, but not a huge amount. So that's very fun. So that's my scoop. You guys, I'm giving you some previews on some kits. Make sure you buy from the trunk show. This will go away. No, I use the mohair in the ribbing also. It's fine with the ribbing because the ribbing has some give, but I don't use it for the cast off. We want to show Lavender Lune some love, so please come in, buy some of her yarn. If you put it in the comments, I'll send the girls some comments. And then we do have these fun Halloween. I wanted to show them today because it's right around the corner, but it looks like you can still get those done. It's not a hard thing. The floats aren't long, all that kind of stuff. I have 4 of these kits. They're $42.50. If you want to take out a color, that is fine too. But I love the hot pink in there. I think it just adds a little something. So, and you should have plenty of yarn they used 1 ball of black for both baskets. I do have some extra black, so if you wanted to add a little bit of extra black, you want to make your baskets taller or something like that, that is fine too. So that is my scoop for today. I will be on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Next week, the Stash Buster will be on Friday at 9:30 a.m. I am going up north in search of a new room for our spring retreat. We're hoping to do a spring retreat this year, or next year, I guess. And so I just need to go and check out the facility and go from there. So, but then we'll be on Tuesday at 5, like normal. Okay. Watch your emails for good stuff coming, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.